it is a lot to celebrate, and rightfully celebrate as much as we can. But at the same time, I think we need to be very realistic, because number one, it's a very narrow window of opportunity. We should celebrate because everyone wants to celebrate this moment with us, but are they really celebrating this moment for us, in a sense that what does Pakistan actually read out of the Islamabad MOU? Do we have a vision beyond just signing of the MOU and having nice headlines and a thump on the back from Trump and all these characters, who are very transitionary in their nature? Today we have forgotten all that narrative and the rhetoric that we would say whenever we are on the lower point or lower side of the American relations, that these relationships are primarily transactional, and the US only comes around whenever it needs some work. And this is exactly what has happened now as well. Agreed, Pakistan went ahead. It's a great job done, and I think as much as we appreciate this moment, it's very appropriate, and we should do that. But there's life beyond this Islamabad MOU. What does Pakistan actually want out of this MOU? Have we really thought about it? One aspect. Have we thought about what happens next? Do we really remain trapped in celebrating our mediation role and really get trapped in a situation where if things go wrong beyond the 60 days, then we end up taking the entire blame on ourselves? So that is also an issue. But of course, that's not the purview of this conversation. But why I'm mentioning all this is because as the Iranian war was happening, the military operations in Afghanistan had heightened. And as has been pointed out by the speakers before us, why had it happened? Who had planned that? Diplomacy is not really being run by the civilian stakeholders. It's not actually diplomacy. The foreign or defense policy, or whatever, a hybrid version of that, is not being run by the stakeholders who are supposed to run it. So that is why we'll keep on seeing a very militaristic approach towards Afghanistan, which is absolutely on the wrong. Most of the steps that we have done, asking Afghan nationals to leave, many things are not wrong if we look from a very, very hard perspective. But the way we have done that, the timings of those things, many a times really went against that. I was just looking up how many flights fly from Islamabad to Afghanistan. 2 daily. From India to Afghanistan, minimum 2 daily. And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other airlines who are doing this job. So India is very much in the picture. Again, at the cost of saying that we should not make our policies India specific, but few things that we need to really look here is that this window of opportunity, where at the same time we are no longer part of the South Asian, or we are not being looked upon as a South Asian country, but in the MENAP region, have we really figured out the consequence or the larger stakes that are at hand? We are not really looking at that. If we don't settle the Afghan problem amicably for ourselves, this notion of MENAP, I think Pakistanis have this complex of being part of the larger Arabic part of the story, but we are not Arabs. And no one is going to even think, even if we wear the thobe and everything and start speaking in Arabic, which we do whenever we return from Umrah or Hajj or otherwise. I'm sorry, I'm no reflection to you. I also went there. We start thinking that we are Arabs. We are not Arabs. So we have to really figure out what is our space in this notion. China came to us in 1996 and they told us that you have to put your contentious issues on a back burner and focus on your economy. We downplayed that. We started to say that China hasn't said that, put Kashmir on the back burner. But today Kashmir is on the back burner. No one is talking about Kashmir. And we haven't even resolved our economic puzzle. So where do we want to go with this? In this particular notion, if we actually give a reappraisal of post-Islamabad MOU situation, I'll just take 2 more minutes of Imtiaz, I'm sorry, I'm hogging. Okay, 1 minute. We did what we did. We delivered the goods for the US. We provided them with that window of opportunity. This window of opportunity for us is very limited. What are we going to do with this? Are we really thinking that we can bypass Afghanistan and have some good terms with Iran? Are we so good with our foreign and defense policy articulation that we would be able to sustain this good moment with Iran for the longer time? I'm not too sure. The pressure on Pakistan from UAE, from Saudi Arabia would eventually catch up on us, and we really have to figure out how we manage our ground situation. Even if at the cost of sounding cliched, India is using Afghanistan very proactively, but that is also the mantra that the military uses to justify its military operations. We have to actually indulge into massive CBMs at all levels to make things better. As an academic, whenever we have Afghan students coming to Pakistan, the biggest problem that we would have with those Afghan students was that we would commit to having an N number of students, but then we won't have the money being released from the government, and that would create problems. So even if we go for softer policies, we have to make that infrastructural investment to make things work.